Yo, guys, welcome to the Blue Podcast. This is the Purple Show with me, Tom, Ben, Cam, and Fab. How you boys doing today?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Not too bad.
You're good. Well, seeing you boys soon, aren't I? But before that, we have had a couple games yesterday, a couple games in midweek, a couple games later on today. Should we start with Champions League? I'm sorry, Cam, that doesn't include you. We can talk about the beta version later, but should we start with Liverpool? Just because it's the first game, just because it was the first game.
Okay, I see how it is.
It was the game I watched. I didn't really watch the City game, so I can talk about it more.
Yeah, I don't think anyone did really.
Me and Kiz did.
But what was the PSG Bayern on the other game? Was that the other game?
Yeah.
It was City Dortmund at the same time as Liverpool, Real Madrid, and then it was Bayern PSG the same time as Chelsea Porto.
Yeah, we'll watch our game. So
Chelsea Porto, obviously the standout game that night as well.
Yeah,
really entertaining.
It was actually I quite enjoyed it.
Obviously, you enjoyed it, but it wasn't. It was boring, wasn't it? Apparently.
I mean, that Bayern PSG game sounded quite exciting. I'm not gonna lie. We were watching the Chelsea game, but we had notifications on for that. We're just saying, Mbappe, go, Mbappe.
Yeah.
Go.
He scored 2 goals, didn't he?
Yeah.
But to be fair, the first one was a howler for Neuer. He just completely dived the wrong way and then hit his legs and went in. It was a bit weird. I don't know what was happening with Neuer, but I think you've forgotten what we started off talking about, Fab. The Liverpool game. What happened?
He was deflecting. He was like,
Yeah, I know,
talking about the Bayern PSG game. It's calm. Yeah, that's done. You know.
Yeah.
What happened, Fab? What happened?
Yeah, just give us your piece. That's what I always ask. Just give us.
What was the score? I've forgotten.
Yeah, same.
3-1 to Madrid.
3. Ooh. Yeah.
Did you play well? Was it undeserved?
It was a fair result, to be fair. Like we didn't get done. I don't really remember. I'm too distracted by a more recent game that I watched yesterday. That was a lot more entertaining.
Well, of course you are.
On the other hand, it was a pretty poor first half performance, I'd say. Keita, I'm sorry, but that was shit.
He lost the ball every time, didn't he?
There's like playing shit, and then there's like doing what Keita did against Madrid, which is just essentially getting yourself subbed off within like 10 minutes. Like he basically killed off our first half kind of.
It was
progression.
Time he got subbed as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got like 30-40 minutes in, he got subbed off for
Thiago.
So I can't quite remember the lineups, but
I think it was, if I can remember correctly, Trent, the tall Phillips bloke, I think.
It's just midfield I've forgotten.
It was Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Keita. And then Jota, Salah, Mane up front.
So yeah, I think that does show, because I thought, to be fair, our second half performance, we were unlucky not to get more out of it. You know, but because of that,
half, didn't you? You drew the second half, which is
we drew the second half, and you could have said we were the better team, but that's a biased perspective. But either way, if we go out against Madrid for the second leg, playing like how we did in the second half, which is with that midfield of Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Thiago, I think we should give a really good game and, you know, potentially get through to the next round.
Yeah.
But
it was brave.
No, I think, you know, that midfield three is by far the best midfield combination I've seen all season.
The issue is, though, if you concede one goal, it's serious curtains. If you concede one goal.
Tell that to a Barcelona fan, you know.
Oh, crying out loud. Here we go. The amount of tweets.
You're doubting us. You're doubting us. That's your first mistake.
You've done it once.
Yeah, I'm not saying
again. We've done it over and over again. It happens every time.
I'm not saying Liverpool can't turn it round, but this time round, your squad's depleted and you don't have the
That's your first mistake. You're doubting us. That's your
you don't have the Anfield atmosphere. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying.
Believe.
And then Real Madrid did just beat Barcelona 2-1 as well.
I just said,
Who else for Barcelona?
I wouldn't put it past Liverpool to turn it round, but this time the things against you are your squad's depleted and you don't have the Anfield atmosphere. That's last time you had.
I still think we're more likely. I mean, the stadium's not the same and all that, but
Well, the Liverpool Football Club, guys, don't forget that. The Liverpool Football Club.
What about us?
That's what I'm saying. They're your Liverpool Football Club. We need to not underestimate you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people just chat shit these days. Chat shit, get banned. Right on your
Van Dijk and that, like, they're key players that.
Yeah. What do we have? Salah, Mane, Firmino. I think we had I think both Salah and Mane were injured for that game against Barcelona.
I suppose. But it's the other way around. It's not the attack; it's the defense that's lacking.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't normally defend Liverpool here, but there was a good 5 minutes when the two centre backs were good against Real Madrid. I thought
5 minutes.
5 minutes of the 90.
That's a very kind compliment of you. All I say is Nat Phillips. He's got a big forehead.
He's old.
But no, like I'm just putting out like the things that are against Liverpool. I'm not saying that they can't do it. I won't put it past them to do it, but there are those factors involved.
But as a Liverpool supporter, the last thing I want to do is focus on the small little negatives. So that's why I'm going to slate you every time you bring them up.
Fair enough.
Before Fab starts throwing hands, should we move to City, or do you want to keep on going, Fab? Before you start throwing hands, do you want us to move to City, or do you want to keep on going?
Nah. I think as I said, we'll bring it to them the second leg. I want to see that midfield recombination. Maybe Firmino dropping into midfield to mix things up.
I mean, wait. You guys will be here for that, won't you?
I'm checking
next Wednesday.
Yeah, you guys will be here for that. Oh, that's going to be fun. That's going to be really fun. City game as well at the same time. We can have it on 2 laptops.
We can outside out at the same time. Brilliant.
Lovely stuff. That would be entertaining. That's good. And Catherine can't even complain to me about watching football because you're all there, so it's all right. Well, speaking of City as well, you played at the same time. We spoke about it before, didn't we, Ben, during the podcast with my uncle, but you got lucky.
Yeah.
What?
It's your birthday.
Talking about like. Yeah. I mean, I was sort of quietly, not confident, but a bit more optimistic that we might be able to do it against Dortmund second leg. But I've been brought crashing back down to earth from yesterday, so I won't put it past us. I won't put it past us to lose against Dortmund now. And it shows never get confident when you're a City fan. Because you get slapped in the face.
But to be fair, I'd just like to say as well, that lack of history that City have, you can make up for it if you hold on and fight through these games. You can see me after that Liverpool Champions League. I'm fighting back and believing. You just need some stories bring up in modern football. And then you'll get that belief back that I think everyone wants.
Yeah.
You have one. To be fair, you only have one
Champions League.
I'm just here to.
Have one historic kind of comeback moment, which is obviously the Aguero one. But you've really got it in the Champions League.
We've got the moments in the Prem, but the Champions League just.
That's what I'm saying. See it as an opportunity. Look forward for it to be a close game and look forward for it to become part of your history. Because that's what you want. People are going to slate you off for, money and all that crap. But
being owned by a state, that kind of stuff.
Won't slate you as much.
Yeah.
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 You just got to believe. That's what the Champions League's about. Madrid, I'll be upset for 3 weeks straight.
Speaking of belief, though, I've got belief about Chelsea winning the Champions League now. No, I don't.
That's not belief. That's just cockiness at that point. Just Such a Chelsea fan thing to say.
I'm sorry, but you can't. No, just no.
What?
Look at the teams you've got to play against.
I'd say the only teams I'm worried about I'd be facing the final.
Not concerned about Madrid.
Real Madrid or Liverpool.
I feel it's going to be a tough game either way, but
They're both better than Chelsea.
I'm more worried about someone I face in the final than the teams I face in the semis.
Well, yeah, that's
I don't want to mess it up. I don't want us to mess it up on Tuesday. But then again, we played.
We got it easy in the draw, so we're going to get to the final.
Yeah, just like
you were all about that. How many times did you say Chelsea win the Champions League? And now you're backtracking.
Have I said no? I wasn't saying that you weren't going to win the Champions League. I'm just saying you're like, yeah, easy, get to the final, like because you got niced so hard in the draw, so hard. And then he was fuming when he got drawn against us in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, like it was like some bad luck or something. Like what?
Well, no, it's bad luck in terms of that competition. Considering it was Southampton and Leicester. I mean, Leicester would have been tough, obviously, but
yeah,
you never want to draw. You never ever want to draw City in any domestic cup competition.
Yeah, I mean. If we play like we did yesterday, then we're losing that as well. So,
well,
I'm still hurting from it. I'm really.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that.
Really hurting.
Cam, how was it bottling on Thursday?
They're not going to. We'll be fine. It's going in 1-1. Nothing, everything to play for. Just got to go do it. Just got to go smash it.
Is that the quarters? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So
it could be 16. No, it could be around 16.
That's quarters.
Yeah. No worries at all. No, just gonna do it. Well, I'm as confident as Fab is of Liverpool beating Real Madrid. Put it that way. I'm
slightly less delusional.
No, it should be fine. It's only Slavia Prague, isn't it? What's the worst that could happen?
That's the worst that could happen.
Famous.
Someone clip this for Thursday.
I think we've got obviously playing Sheffield today. We've got no Aubameyang, no Smith Rowe. If we've not got them for next week, then God help me. But no Tierney as well, no David Luiz. So this is the time that we get injuries for the season. Of course, it is when we're playing for our season right now in the Europa League. So it's just how it is, isn't it? But we'll see. I can't wait to watch Willian play against Sheffield today. It's going to be great. So.
It could be that. It could be his one game in the last month or so that he does well.
Yeah. When he has 3 good games in the season, and he's already had 1 already. So he's due.
2 are expected to come pretty soon, I'm sure.
Exactly. When it's over anyway.
Once you're already knocked out of the Europa League.
Oh, no. No, I'm actually confident that we could actually go on to win Europa League, and that's likely because of the run we've got. So,
just got to believe.
Then
that's all we've got to play for this season now is the Europa League. So,
wait. Why when Fab or Cam say
very...
Why when Fab and Cam say that they can beat Real Madrid, that they can win the Europa League? Everyone's like, believe. And then when I say Chelsea could possibly win the Champions League, it's like, no.
Well, that's because you already said you're going to win the whole fucking thing. You say
he's going to win the whole fucking Europa League.
Yeah, Arsenal are more likely to win Europa League than Chelsea are to win Champions League.
Yeah, but that's because it's a beta trophy.
No, it's just odds, likelihoods. It's the
your composition.
The worst person we can play is Man United. The worst person you can play are PSG, Bayern, City, Real Madrid,
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Did you not see his betting odds? He got them right. Like he knows his stuff, Tom. Like you know what I mean. But like
you're on right now, aren't you, Cam?
Yeah, actually, I think so. I got the Liverpool game.
Am I ahead of you now, Tom?
You're on the same points.
On the same points. Woo! I should be one ahead though.
Madrid.
You don't fall into the trap, pal. Don't fall into the trap.
Oh, shut up, mate. You're not one to talk.
Hey, Fab, do you know where you are on the table?
Fifth, sixth. Catching up.
You are. Yeah, you're 1 point behind Ben and I.
Oh, what in predictions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
You, Ankies, both online.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past being a United Arsenal final though, Europa League.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
And
Because
an All English Champions League final.
No.
No, City.
I
I don't think City.
I'm sorry, you have like Mbappe, firing off and.
I think
If,
I've got to admit, I do see PSG winning the whole thing. After that.
even if we get past Dortmund, it's going to be very, very difficult to get to the final.
if you get into the final, you'll win it.
I hope so.
City.
Yeah.
But it's almost having Champions League final experience. Don't underestimate. You saw what Real Madrid did. They went into a final against us, having already played the previous 2 seasons and winning both of them. We went out as new contenders. If you come up against Madrid again or Liverpool, who have that experience,
the Madrid game, that Madrid Liverpool final was a bit of your like stinkiness and Real Madrid being absolutely insane as well. Like the Bale goal, you could do nothing about, and Karius made a mistake. And but
still, there's all you can see in teams. It's why the Tottenham Liverpool game was so boring, because the teams were so nervous. It stops them from playing. It's a Champions League fucking final. It's the biggest game of the year by far for everyone. You can understand why there's some nerves going into that. And if you don't have that finals experience, you can often play a lot differently. That performance against Tottenham was so weird. I'm glad we won, but you could see that nervousness in the Tottenham side and the Liverpool side.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, it's like basically Madrid's competition at this point, isn't it? So like,
is it?
But Bayern as well.
No, I'm not saying. Sorry, I'm not saying that they're going to win it. I'm just saying they've won it 13 times.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
So
you do associate Champions League winners' medals with Real Madrid players. I'm not going to lie. They're 2-2 at the moment, but it is a bit of an end of an era. On the other hand, they got knocked out by us.
I honestly think that the final, that semi-final on your side is going to be that's going to be decide who wins it for me.
Yeah.
That's going to be whichever team comes out of that side is going to be the one that gets it. PSG, Bayern, City, Dortmund, they all could win it. They've all got potential to win it.
If Dortmund win the semi-final like just through sheer luck, would you say that still?
I think PSG would beat Dortmund.
No, I'm saying like if it's like a just against the penalties kind of vibe from Dortmund in the semis, would you say the same thing and they win it?
What did you say? Sorry, explain it.
Like, let's say Dortmund somehow beat fucking City, and then they get to the semi-final and they just beat, like, kind of like how Chelsea did in 2012, where they were just completely dominating and somehow won the against Barcelona in the semis. Would you, and if Dortmund did that, would you still say that they're going to win the Champions League?
Yeah, because if they have to get through those teams to get there, then they deserve it and they should go on to win it. If they've got to beat those teams, they've got to be playing absolutely insane. Like they are the best teams in Europe, and if they beat those to get there, then they're either going to bottle it or smash it. So
I think we're all forgetting one thing. It is the Champions League. Anything can happen.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not being able to predict the future, but
yeah, no, I wouldn't say, like, obviously you would say the stronger teams are on that side of the draw, but I wouldn't say that the teams on the other side of the draw can't win, because like we're saying, Madrid got a history of it, Liverpool got a history of it, Chelsea are Chelsea, and
nothing there, just with Chelsea.
No, because you say you kind of you got through against the odds against Barca, so you've done it before.
Yeah, we got history.
But I mean, obviously you'll beat Porto because
I wouldn't say straight. Well, yeah, we've got 2 away goals. We'd have to really mess it up.
Like they basically gave you a free They gave you a bye into the semi-final, didn't they? That's what they did.
So I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no, you weren't complaining until we drew you in the semi-final of the FA Cup, and you're like, no, it's not fair. Like you were like some sort of hardship. Like,
Do you, Tom? Do you think that you can beat Real Madrid or Liverpool in the semi-final?
I do, yeah. I'm not sure about winning the final, but I say we'd have a good chance by beating Real Madrid or Liverpool in the semi-final. Bro, have you seen Liverpool this season?
No, we'd still do you in.
We've beaten you twice already this season.
Burn up front. Oh,
We're not playing Werner up front anymore. Yeah, let's talk about this weekend then.
Game wonder. Here we go.
Let's talk about this weekend then. All right.
oh, Kai Havertz, he's done something for once.
Yeah, he has. He actually played unbelievably well yesterday. Ben, give us your piece about losing to Leeds.
Should play some like music in the background for this, some tragic music. Is it
Like,
first loss?
Like, I'm really like, I'm really hurting. Like, it really hurt me. Like, I'm gonna be in mourning until the next Prem game.
Did you get another team to support?
Like, no. But
I'm joking. I know you're a long life City fan,
yeah,
but
it hurt me right here. I was
it dented your title hopes, hasn't it? I mean, I saw something on Twitter. I saw some United fans like, what was it? We were doing the maths this morning. They're like two games in hand, and if they win both of them, they'll be like 8 points behind you, something like that.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
That's United supporters. That's not me. That's just probably.
No. I mean, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say like there's no truth to that, because if they do win those 2 games in hand, they'll be 8 points behind. That's how many points we were behind.
There is no truth in that statement. I'm sorry.
How many games were left though, Ben?
I think a similar amount, wasn't it? Was it? I don't know.
There's only like 6 games left.
Was there 8 games left and we won? I can't remember. Was there more games left? But anyway, either way, like when we won it first time round, we were 8 points behind. I mean, it would take something catastrophic for us to lose it from this position.
Surely not. Surely.
Like
United fans though.
Like
they thought they'd won the Premier League yesterday.
yeah. But like I once like it could happen. It's very unlikely, but it could. But like it's very, very unlikely, obviously. But anyway, on the actual game, it was so very clear that he was concentrating on the Champions League. He's so desperate to get through a quarter-final. He was like, right, let's bring in Ake, who hasn't played for 4 months, into a rotation team. Play like that other, like basically, we're not going to play.
Zinchenko in midfield.
Yeah, play all like this semi is still young now, and he's like, yeah. But,
do you want to repeat that, Ben? I think you crossed out a little bit.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Just go back through the formation thing again.
So like your B team.
Yeah, basically playing B team player. So like you say, he was playing Zinchenko in midfield, Ferran Torres striker. Well, not striker, but up front. Like he's resting all the A-list players: De Bruyne, Mahrez, Diaz, and it's like they're saying typical City. That is a typical City loss now. That's like, and it's like I got flashbacks to last season. As soon as we take out Diaz, our centre back that actually does something, we go back to the way we were losing last season, where we have like 50 million shots, don't finish our chances, they get one, score. Like that's just a typical City loss now.
Especially the second goal for me, that was just like that's a painful one to concede, because it was just kind of just out of really nothing really, and then it just kind of just bang, and then you're losing. It's like
it was but the thing is, I'm never keen on when managers like, because he does rotation obviously because there's so many games, and I get that, but when he's been doing it, he's been using the first team players. This time round, because of the Champions League, he'd literally put the B team out, and I'm never keen on that because obviously you're playing a weaker side. But the thing is, when you do that, if you don't then go and win that game that you're rotating deliberately for, you look like a tit because you just lost that game and then you've lost the game that you wanted to win. So it's like it's a double whammy, and I don't like it. But yeah, if we lose against Dortmund midweek, he's gonna come in for a lot of criticism for that.
Yeah. So it's like you need to keep the core in and then rotate the outside players, or try and.
Yeah, there's almost too much rotation.
I think
I'd be uncomfortable seeing that sort of lineup. But almost, switch up the tactics so much, you might, struggle.
I think that because he doesn't usually do that with his rotation, but I think that shows how desperate he is to get through that Champions League quarter.
Or maybe he thought we could trust these players, and then they've just completely left it.
No, well,
there were quality, players on the pitch.
I'm not saying he didn't trust them. I'm just saying he knows full well that that's not his strongest team.
No, but that team should have been in Leeds.
But you're always running the risk when you do that.
No, I'm playing devil's advocate.
I know. But any top team knows when you're not playing your strongest players, you run the risk of doing that, and that's what happened. Yeah. The only way that I'm going to be happy at the end of this weekend is United drop points later today. Like that'll be the one thing that'll be able to stop me being in mourning until the next Premier League game. Because,
I mean, if you think about it, it's Leeds, so like everyone knows how Leeds play. They're not going to change for anybody. So they would have looked at you and just gone, "Don't care. We're still going to play our football."
Yeah.
And when you play Leeds, it's just you have to score because you know that they're just going to go for it and put 9 men up front when they've got the ball. So,
and to be fair, credit to Leeds as well. Like they come into the Premier League, and I know we've said this before, but I love a team that can fight. That isn't in the traditional top 6, top 8 to bring a game to a top 6 team and show a bit of fight. Because you'll see a lot, even teams like Wolves at the moment, that they're not bringing the game to the other team. They're kind of sitting back and letting them set the tempo. Whereas I love it when these teams just have a run at these big games and make it exciting. I'm sure everyone else will do the same.
Do you remember the start of the season, Tom? Where did I say Leeds would come?
10th.
Yeah, and then 9th at the moment. I backed Leeds. You all laughed at me.
You saw it from the start, from the first game of the season. I remember watching them, and it was a crazy game. I think it was like a 6-goal game, and it was just like, Jesus Christ, like they're crazy. Like, they're just crazy.
It was against us, that 4-3.
Yeah,
and then I think the following game week they lost to us 4-3, and then they went and beat a team 4-3. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They scored 7 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entertainment. It's entertaining football, isn't it? Yeah. It's good to watch.
And you
laughed at me. You aren't laughing now, are you?
but you can build on that as well. If you've already got that, attacking, efficiency. You tidy some things up at the back. I'm sure Bielsa has some plans for next season. You could be looking at top 6 side.
The thing is with Bielsa, he's a pure. Like if you think Pep's a purist, Bielsa's like on another level of purist. Like Pep likes to started to sort of change it a little bit to try because he's realizing the Prem, like you're gonna get counted a lot. Bielsa's so he started to change little things and try and tinker a little bit with defensive stuff. Bielsa will not do that. It's like this is the way they're playing. That's it. That's what we're gonna do. He's purist through and through.
And if you look at their results, they don't really draw that much. So they either win or they lose.
Yeah, I think it's 14 wins and 14 losses they've got.
Yeah,
14 wins, 14 draws, 3 draws.
Draws, that's it.
Yeah.
Another thing I just wanted to mention quickly that's been on my mind. Leeds have performed really well this year. They've got a lot of young English players. You've got to be looking at the transfer market in the summer. Would you see any of your teams swooping in for any of their players?
Personally, no.
I mean, I want to raid Brighton for Basuma and Lamptey, but
Yeah.
apart from that, I don't really. I mean, I like Ismail Sarr from Watford. I think he's quality, and he'd be a reasonable guy to get because he's in the Championship right now.
Yeah.
Brought them
Watford coming up, aren't they? So
up with Norwich, yeah.
I think they're second or third now. I think they're second behind Norwich. I think they are. So Norwich are coming up. Watford will probably come up and then play off.
Swansea.
That's
Yeah,
Swansea in playoffs, but they're not going to get second. They don't get automatic promotion, even though that'd be nice. But
I would. I know this is off topic, but I really want to watch Swansea in those playoff games. It would make my year if we got to go to see some Prem games next season. If you guys don't know, we're in Swansea Uni at the moment, so
it would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
Oh, the game days.
Well, we just get so leathered as well. That's the brilliant thing, because it's a walking distance from like your house. So just walk up the hill, and then it's about 25-minute walk, which would be fine. Bring a 4-pack with you whilst we're walking. Just.
To be fair, I find if it was an Arsenal away fixture for Swansea, then I would find the Arsenal pub and I would join in. I would happily go and join in. Yeah, AFTV. I'm coming for it.
They go for
fan cam. Like, what's your Cam's like they've lost 2-1 to Swansea away.
Yeah, I'll be bloody steaming. I'll be freaking pissed as well. Like,
put on a fake Jamaican accent.
Could you imagine that? Actually, that would actually be like. That'd be funny.
I mean, on that Leeds players, I won't say that we would sign him, but I know that we're probably going to look for a defensive mid because Fernandinho's getting on a bit, so we might look at Calvin Phillips maybe. I know he's a Leeds fan, but
potentially
I can see him moving to a top 6 team.
I don't think he will this season personally.
Yeah, it needs another. Maybe if he played well in the
Euros, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see.
But he also we might want to guarantee minutes for the World Cup the year after as well. And that's why he might stay at Leeds.
Yeah, but I can see I don't know a Tottenham or someone like that going in for him.
They've got Højbjerg already.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Just like one of the top 6 clubs.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
I think Douglas Luiz for you would be good, Ben, for City. To be fair, he doesn't get that much credit for Villa, but a lot of their success has been from him as well, not just Grealish. So
I think we should exercise the buyback clause for him.
It's quite cheap as well, considering this
25 mil. Yeah.
And he's good. His quality, he's proven out in the Premier League as well. So
But I mean, there was that rumor that we might use that as leverage to take some of the fee off Grealish's transfer fee, but I can't see that happening. So
how much do you think Grealish would go for? That's an interesting question. It'd be.
I think he'd go for 80. I don't think he'd go for over 100.
I was going to say, but at the same time, I could see him going 90 to 100. I think personally.
Yeah. If he performs just as well as he did this season without the injury, I'd say maybe the following summer. But I think you'd have to be pretty desperate to pay over 100 for him at the moment, even though he's really, really good. I think he's an 80 million player, and I don't think he has to move either, though. I think he's quite happy at Villa.
Yeah, especially if they get some signings in as well, Villa. Like if they get some more signings in, they could.
It's a big decision for Villa because obviously they've got a pretty strong fan base. They've done well. Are they going to build on that, or are they going to, sell their best players and then reinvest?
Yeah,
quite a big decision that.
Fair enough. But
they've sold their best player, and then
I don't think they have really. I mean, to be fair, they haven't really had a player of the quality of Grealish. Not to mention, even Watkins, players like that would go for a big fee.
What about Gabby Agblomlahor? Like he's a top striker.
Yeah.
He was
Defoe there once as well?
What's that? Sorry.
Was Defoe at Villa ever? Defoe, was he ever at Villa?
I'm not sure. they've had like Delph, Heskey, it's just decent players like old players that we remember from our youth. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
Classics in there. So.
Should we talk about the next 2-1?
The next one, sorry.
Yeah, the one that happened straight after City.
Which was
Liverpool beat 2-1.
Let's say I did go for a quick walkabout after that Trent goal, but it was a good performance. I think, you know, I have to take it with a pinch of salt because that is a Villa team without Grealish, and we did only beat them 2-1. You know, on the other hand, this last time I think we played them at home, it might have been away. It wasn't this season; it was the previous season. We did rely on a late Mane winner to beat them, so they are a decent side, and it is a big 3 points.
Well, wasn't the first fixture 7-2?
They didn't start
last season.
They didn't start.
He knew full well that was last season, but he just wanted to bring it into it.
I know.
They didn't start Barkley, El Ghazi, or Grealish, probably for injury's sake. Obviously, Grealish is injured. Like, that's 3 big attacking players that they didn't start. I mean, the rest of their team was fine. But,
yeah.
I thought Barkley played, and I thought El Ghazi got brought on for Barkley.
No, Barkley was on the bench. Pretty sure. No, maybe not.
No, he started.
No. I think I'm looking at. I think they've done it differently.
Either way, that's what you needed to do. Like,
I mean, the first half performance was really frustrating to watch. I mean, you saw how I was. You know, we should have put that game to bed. We had like 6 attempts before they even had one. It was ridiculous, and that was like including a 1-on-1 with the keeper.
Yeah, Salah one that he just.
If you're not putting away those chances, you're not gonna grind out these games. You know, the second half performance was better. You know, that Trent goal, you know, fantastic in front of Southgate. You know,
it's funny. Like, he put in a cracking performance against Arsenal. I was like, right, he should be in the England squad. Had a stinker against us. Like, right, yeah, Southgate's right. Scores a cracker against Villa. Right, he's in the England squad. It's like how reactionary our fans.
I think that's a trap people fall into. He didn't have a bad performance against Madrid. He made a mistake, an error.
Performance against Madrid.
Yeah, you made a goal-leading error. Don't play that badly apart from that header.
No, he gave away the ball away loads, and he wouldn't track. He was really bad at tracking back. Watch the game.
To be an attacking, to be an attacking defender, you've got to give the ball away sometimes to create those opportunities. You can't just play safe. I mean, you're a top team. I wouldn't disappoint.
What you said there, Fab, defender.
What?
Don't forget the second word you said there, though, Fab, defender. Yes, he's a fantastic attacker, but he was shocking defensively, and we can't have that in the Euros, to be fair.
I mean, I'm not talking about the Euros, though. I'm talking about Liverpool right now. I don't mind if Trent, gives the ball away, as long as if he can, whip a cross in, that gives us a goal. I think it's easy to jump on the train just because, he's held to such a high standard. The defenders have poor games. I think Nat Phillips had a bit of a stinker against Madrid. I don't think he was good. He got. I think someone got in behind him just too easy.
I was just talking about just how reactionary football fans are on Twitter. It's like 1 second is like, yeah, Southgate's wrong. Second, next.
It just keeps on going around, but it's because Trent, is in that. He's such a class player, and he's in that Euros discussion that people are just, always jumping to conclusions. There's still games left in the season. There's still games for him to prove himself. There is a bit of inconsistency with the entire Liverpool defense at the moment, which I think is understandable. And, he is playing with 2, it's a bit more settled now, but he was playing with a different centre-back partnership every single week. That's not easy for defenders to do.
And it's not Van Dijk and Gomez.
It's not Van Dijk and Gomez, exactly. So, you know, I think you have to expect almost, because of that centre back injury, that Trent and Robbo aren't going to have as good season, and they haven't. But don't discredit them because of that.
Yeah, I get that.
But I think for the whole like Euros discussion, I think he still gets in the squad. It's just whether he starts or not.
Yeah.
That's for me. Like,
but to be fair, at this point, we've had so many discussions about it. I'm just going to wait and see. It's up to Trent. I personally think he's done enough to prove himself, but it's up to Southgate now as well.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Did you see what Gary Neville said? He was like, "Yeah, I think Harry Maguire would be more of a miss than Harry Kane."
Yeah.
I was like, "Huh? What? Huh?
Slabhead over Kane.
He was like, "Yeah, I think if Maguire's not in the squad, you can't play a back four." So
you must really hate Spurs then. Jesus.
I just love Man United. That's all.
yeah, he's like, "Maguire's the best centre back in the league."
Yeah.
Watch him go and score an hat-trick tonight, like later today now or something. Like typical.
Fair enough. Well, would you say almost like the 2-1 against Villa was similar to the Chelsea game in the sense of loads of chances, but you just couldn't take them, basically?
Which Chelsea game are you comparing it to? When we played you?
No, when we just won 4-1.
Okay. Well.
No, like from what I heard and from what the bits I saw, it's the same game. It's literally just you guys couldn't finish. Right.
But yeah, like I said, in the first half, we had 6 attempts before Villa had 1.
Yeah.
And you've just got to take those chances. You'll see it again. It's the same. It's the same with City. They had plenty of chances. If you don't take them, you will lose games.
Yeah.
There's lots of things that contribute to being clinical. I think confidence is quite important. If you're on a run of form, you saw how Salah gets sometimes. Sometimes he's just putting them in the back of the net every single game week. Whereas, even though he did score, you're so used to seeing Salah just put it in the back of the net, especially in that 1v1. It was almost deja vu a little bit. I swear I've seen him do exactly that and just put it in the back of the net so many more times than he misses. It was great.
They did like what they needed to do. Like that is exactly what they needed. They just needed to get a win, just to stop that run. That's all they like. That's all they need to do. And they did it.
We're not on a bad run of form at the moment. We're actually piecing together.
Oh yeah, no, I just mean the home form. Yeah.
I'd say almost we're building the momentum, and we didn't let the Madrid game put us down, which was nice to see. I have to say, I'd be a lot more nervous for the Madrid game if we'd performed like how we did against them and then, dropped 3 points. I think I'd have to say I'd be thinking you're going to have to stick in deep for this one and change something. But as I said, if we can go and play like we did against Villa, but with more confidence and chances.
Yeah, no, it was just the home form because it started to become a bit of like
I know what you mean.
Like, they've lost 6 in a row. Like,
honestly, that's just speculation. It's the same. It's the same how United were when they were performing better away than they were at home at the start of the season. It just happens sometimes. And
yeah, I get that.
Don't take that away from Anfield. You just gotta take it how it is.
I also like sometimes. Like losing a game like you did against Madrid is the kick in the ass. Like you were on a decent run of form before the Madrid game, weren't you? You've won like 3 or 4 games in a row, and sometimes losing a certain game can be the kick in the ass you needed.
To be honest, I know what you're saying, but I'm not gonna lie. We've had so many kicks up the arses this season.
No, I'm just more looking at to Chelsea because I'm bored about talking about Liverpool. To be honest, mate. sorry, but have you guys elect? Oh, you did. It's my bad.
Bloody hell.
What?
It's like, oh, you only won 2-1, we won 4-1, so no. Like, a win's a win. It's still 3 points.
Yeah, man. Should we go back through the Brom game then?
That's what I was about to say. Like often when you're on a run of not losing for like 15 games, and the pressure just builds up and builds up and builds up. I'm so glad it was West Brom we lost to, obviously not the manner we lost to them, but we lost to West Brom. I'm glad we lost to West Brom rather than Porto in midweek. If I was to because it just takes the pressure off, and it's like it's this wake up call because we started getting sloppy. You could see in the couple games leading up to West Brom, we were quite sloppy in just on possession. We were very comfortable on it, and then the instant West Brom came at us, it was like we're not expecting this. Lost 5-2, and then it meant that when we went to Porto, who did press us, it was all right, and we could handle it because we were expecting it, and also we just lost. We weren't going to come into this we've just beaten West Brom 3-0. We've lost to them 5-2. We got to prove ourselves, and we proved ourselves this weekend as well. So, is there a fly fan?
It's all it's dead now. It's fine. It's a mental game. Really. Mental game.
Good game. 4-1 was very nice.
I bet it was.
It should have been more as well. It should have been 5, 6, 7. Bloody hell. Havertz should have scored a hat trick. He just didn't.
The 2 goals that I watched were really good goals.
Oh, it was because it obviously Tuchel had said something because against West Brom and against Porto, we'd do 2 touch or even 3 touch before we passed the ball.
Mm.
But we'd literally do 1 touch from our box all the way to their box, take a shot. It was, I think it was probably the best football I've seen Chelsea play under Tuchel in terms of 1 touch, passing straight away, and intricate. Jorginho had a good game, and Cover, which often helps considering how bad they were against West Brom. But obviously, nice to get Havertz a goal finally after what was that, almost 30 games, which is lovely. Almost 30 games. Pulisic double. He was really good. But yeah, I'm just happy, confident for Wednesday anyway.
You're still happy considering you didn't have Werner and Ziyech in the team, but you played so well.
I don't think either of them should start on Wednesday.
Do you think that lineup is your best lineup?
Yes, apart from Kante for Jorginho.
Mm.
And then for with the whole Cho and Reece James on the right wing back, I'd say it depends who we're playing. If it's Man City, Porto, Liverpool, you play Reece James. If it's Crystal Palace, for example, you play Hudson-Odoi. I think that's kind of it depends. I actually had a chat with someone on Twitter about it. It depends who we're playing for those 2. But yeah, probably is our best team apart from those 2 changes. Definitely. Chilwell, he's been really good lately since England, so I'm happy about that. And
there's Alonso.
Actually, no, Alonso was good, but he faded. He's faded massively.
Chilwell, it might be against Porto, the one he scored. It was really, I was impressed at how well he took that. That was like a winger's finish almost.
Yeah, both goals against Porto.
Yeah.
I reckon he's pushed ahead of Shaw.
He's on his way. Because I'd say, but if you're basing it on performance for England, then possibly. But that's because Shaw didn't really do much for England. But if you're doing it on the whole season, you have to say Shaw.
I think if Chilwell starts, he sort of has to start every single game till the end of the season just to have a chance to prove himself. Because if you're getting dropped,
I think he will though, because he's been really good. He played really well yesterday. It was Alonso who played left wing back against West Brom. Guess what? We lost. We conceded 5. Also, we're on 10 men, but
it's up to whether if Chelsea finish in top 4 and Chilwell is part of that in every single game, then he's got a good shot.
I think he will be. I also think the playing Havertz as the 10 or playing Giroud or Abraham up top instead of Werner. I don't think Werner can play up top at all now. He can't. He's not good enough. His finishing is horrendous. Oh,
you bought him for goals.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of like Fab. Let's wait and see what happens.
Mm. On another note, West Ham Leicester on at the moment.
What's the score?
No, I want everyone to guess who scored. Don't look.
Lingard.
Oh, you just looked.
No, I haven't looked. I haven't looked.
Okay.
Yes, it was Jay Lings.
It was
Our
Jay
boy,
Lings.
our man.
Of course it was.
Moving ahead
But
of.
honestly, I never thought I'd love a United player so much, but to leave United and go to fucking West Ham and just absolutely tear it up, I respect the fuck out of it. I have to say,
He's been involved in the most goals since January.
it is crazy. I mean, you know, it's just such a comeback story as well because he had so much hate. You know, I think everyone hated him a little bit because there was like this young. You know, United fans were hyping him up for being this young, and he was 23 for about a decade.
He's doing enough and coming.
And you know what? You just gotta rep it, don't you? And I do hope he gets that chance in the England squad. I don't know who would get dropped for, and if it would ever happen, but
Do you reckon?
it's just Jay Lings, man. What can you say?
Do you reckon West Ham will sign him, or do you think?
Yeah,
They'll be
Sure.
so I don't know if United will let them, though. I think it's more up to United.
yeah, they might lose Rice in the deal though.
Yeah,
I'd rather keep Lingard.
I mean, if I was Lingard, I'd be like, I want to stay at West Ham. I'm going to get more game time. I'm playing quality at the moment.
He's the main man at the moment. So then,
Well,
But
especially
if he gets promised time from Ole, he might say,
Yeah,
he's
it's going to be very difficult for Ollie to do that when he's got Bruno Fernandes pulling the strings. You know,
they might play him in the
Why
right.
do you say Bruno Fernandes, by the way? I've never understood it.
that's how. Have you not played FIFA with?
Yeah,
Bruno?
no, I play. That's what I'm saying. Like, why is it Bruno?
The commentator on FIFA goes Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah,
Because in Portuguese they don't pronounce the E apparently, so instead of Fernandez it's Fernandes, and there's a clip of Bruno actually saying his name like that, so that's why. And I'm just taking the piss out of Derek Ray basically.
But yeah, no, I don't think he can. Like, the amount of times Lingard's been promised minutes at United, and then either not taken it by the cojones or just not really been given them. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he pushes for that move, especially as he's pretty much certainly going to get in the England squad now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Who for?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it into the England squad. Well, if Maddison's injured, if Maddison's injured, maybe.
Yeah, potentially.
Southgate loves him, and Southgate likes players who have played well for him for England.
Yeah, and he has.
So
if he keeps up, he's got. You know, I think there's a lot of England players in contention with a lot of class in them, but I would say he's performing. Then a lot of the, Rashford, Sterling. I think you would give all of them a proper run for their money. Sancho as well.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
West Ham,
he's in the Euros, man.
But he's not going to drop Sterling because he played in every single game in the friendlies. He's not going to drop Sterling. And realistically, is he going to drop Rashford? No. Sancho potentially, but
no, Sancho's in. Well, actually, Sancho's injured again now. But when Dortmund won 4 of their Bundesliga games with him, and then they've lost 4 in 6 without him.
Yeah. But Jude Bellingham as well. He's in there somewhere.
He scored his first Dortmund goal.
Yeah.
Sorry, first Bundesliga goal yesterday or today.
West Ham are 4th now as it stands.
Yep, I know.
What do you reckon for West Ham Champions League? It could happen.
It could happen, unfortunately.
I mean, I'd rather Jay Lings than Chelsea, to be fair.
They've got the stadium for it. Like, and they've got the infrastructure.
You just gotta, obviously it would mean Liverpool missing out, but on the other hand, that's just life. And if they've played well enough this season to deserve it, I'm not gonna, throw my laptop. No promises, but Anyway, are there any more that we should discuss? Results, predictions.
Well, I can see Leicester getting back in this game anyway. So.
No, that's the one.
West Ham. I've just realised West Ham will be a point behind Leicester if they win it.
Yep.
Leicester will be brought right back into that.
Yeah, we're 3 points behind Leicester if they don't win this.
Yeah, right back at 2 points.
No,
Right
2
back
points. Yeah, sorry, 2 points.
at that top 4 fight.
Yeah, so that like
Tightening up.
United are comfortable.
yeah, I would rather a draw personally today, if anything, or a Leicester win.
Mm.
Because I don't mind if Leicester stay third and we stay fourth. It's better for us. It'd be a bit annoying to bring in another team into this top 4 battle because that's just going to make it so stressful when it gets to those last 2 weeks and it's like 6 teams possibly going to get 4th place. Oh, fucking hell.
Spurs. If Spurs win today, I mean, what Everton? If they win their games in hand, will be in there.
Yeah, they're 1 point behind us, I think.
Like, so it's from 3rd to 8th. Anyone could get top 4.
That's insane. That's insane.
If we'd beaten Liverpool, then we would be close as well. But not with
If you'd beaten Liverpool.
If we'd beaten Liverpool, yeah.
Well, speaking of Arsenal, you confident about later?
What, Sheffield United?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's not what you said earlier.
Easy.
Easy.
No problem.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna rest. We're gonna play a pretty shocking team, I reckon. But
You should. Fucking Sheffield United. You should.
Running the risk. Running the risk.
We'll see.
Oh, to be fair, they beat United this season. You never know.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd said to Fab yesterday, I think it was, that Sheffield are actually playing better now. Compared to the start of the season, they're actually playing football now.
Yeah.
So
Brewster's got had a really good run of form as well. He's
very good. Why do you love Brewster so much, considering how bad he is?
We scammed Sheffield out with like 20 million for him.
Yeah. Do you want to do the score prediction for later?
3-0 Arsenal.
Gee!
I will go with. I think he's going to rest players for the Slavia Prague game.
Of course he is.
So I'll go with 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You said yourself it's a 50-50 game.
No, it's not 50-50. We're favourites by far, but
I don't know. To be fair, when they say they're going to rest players,
we've got injuries as well, so you can't really rest that many because they're all fucking injured. So
fucking shit as well.
We need Tottenham to do something later, man.
oh,
If they win, they'll be level on points with Liverpool. If they draw, 2 points behind Liverpool. But they just take points off United, please. They won't though. United will somehow go 1-0 down and then win 2-1 or something, or they'll grind out a boring 1-0 win. Ugh, so annoying.
It's probably going to go boring game this season, isn't it?
oh, it's going to be awful, isn't it? They're just going to start. They're going to kick off, and they're just not going to move forward. They're all just going to stand in their half and just play the ball like back and forth to each other.
Should we do a prediction for the Tottenham United games just to spice things up?
Just
could do. Oh, Ben, I haven't got your prediction yet, though.
I'll go 2-0 Arsenal.
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal. All right, I'll save that for later. So we want to do a Spurs United one.
Yeah,
you could do.
I might get some more Twitter interaction.
It's quite a big game, isn't it? Really. But it's like they're both just. I don't want. I'm going to do a draw. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a 1-1 draw. Neither of them are going to win.
Are Son and Bale going to start? Do you think?
Don't know.
Son might. Bale probably won't, because he like it's a bit of a on-off relationship. He's like 1 minute he's like, yeah, Bale needs to up his.
You cut out, Ben. You cut out.
Oh, I was just saying it's like an on-off relationship with Bale. 1 minute it's like he needs to up his game, and the next minute he's the best player to grace the Premier League. So
yeah,
you know, he's not a bad player, but you know.
No, he's not. He's not. Fab.
I'll go with 2-1 United.
Ben.
Is it United or Tottenham with top 6? Against top 6, they haven't. Like, they've got a really bad record against top 6.
United, before they played us, I think they had lost 6-1 to Tottenham and then drew 0-0 the rest.
Stupid.
And then they beat us 2-0.
And their second is just silly. It's just right, oh well. We have to watch that later, actually.
Yeah, we'll watch it. We got nothing better to do.
With the Arsenal game as well. It's a full game, full day of football today, isn't it?
Yes.
Much deep.
Just stick it on and sit here for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I want to watch the end of that.
Yeah. All right, I'll get the predictions out an hour before the games. So everyone has enough time. Looks at the team sheets and stuff for them. Anything else, boys?
Come on, good.
No, I think that's it.
The only time that I'm going to be like, it's one of the only times I'm like, come on Spurs, please Spurs. Spurs.
Mate, I just can't believe how stressed you are about United beating Spurs.
Like I'm telling you, if they win their team's games in hand, 8 points is what we were behind.
As
like,
Fab said,
I'm not saying the title race is back on.
Believe.
What?
As Fab said, believe, mate.
Yeah, I'm not saying the title race is back on, but there's that's a little bit of parallels.
Is a gap. It's a pretty comfortable gap.
Yeah.
With like what 5 or 6 games left?
Yeah. But
you're not going to lose 3 of them and United 3.
Like it's just if they can drop points in one of these 2 games in hand, then it'll be a bit more comfortable. That's all.
Yeah, but could it just not be against Spurs?
No, I think United have to play Spurs and Liverpool. Yeah.
Could it just not be against Spurs or Liverpool? Please.
It's 2-0 West Ham.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Jeez,
Lings again.
Lingard again.
I'll put him on.
I've not got it on the TV.
Oh, get in.
You guys not got him on the TV?
No.
I thought you would have done.
I did put him in my fantasy team though.
So did I.
Yeah.
Did anyone captain him?
I didn't captain him.
I think someone did, to be fair.
I got Bruno. Bruno is my captain.
Ben might have.
Not sure. I think
All right, so they've got
Ben might have actually.
Rich telling me. He's not.
like the United have got Tottenham.
Especially
It's fine. Ben captained Aubameyang.
Oh. Not me.
Not you, yeah. Different Ben.
Well, you should tease the FPL leaderboard for next season.
Oh, well, I've kind of mentioned it before, but I doubt anyone's watching at this point. But we've got a big old prize for you next season. We're doing a Blue Podcast fantasy league with anyone can join, and the winner of the fantasy league gets any item of merch of their choosing for free.
Just pay by tomorrow.
And not only that, hopefully not paid by me, just me anyway. And not only that, you get, what was it? A free guest spot on any of the shows you want to be on, I guess. We'll say that.
Cool. Yeah, no, I was just going to say.
When I win, I'll be looking forward to that hoodie. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah. I was just going to say, United have got Tottenham today, and then they've got Liverpool and Leicester in May. So.
Oh, could they lose to Leicester? That's fine. Lose to Leicester. That's all right. United can lose to Leicester. I'll take that. But could you not lose to Liverpool or Spurs? Thank you very much, United fans. Fab, you Cam, you just disappeared into the sofa just ahead. When your head's like in line with the top of the sofa. There you go.
There we go.
just ahead. Right. There you go. All right, boys. Anything else? We'll be all good.
All good.
I'll see you boys on Wednesday, Fab and Cam.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when I'll see you, Ben, but
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed
Come
the
on,
video,
Spurs.
huh?
Come on, Spurs. Please.
Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do please give it a like. It really helps us out. And if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 750,000 subs. So that'll be very nice to reach very soon. I think we're like 8 or 9 off. That's pretty nice.
So make some new accounts, yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Make some new accounts.
Yeah, we're 9 off 750,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. That'd be fantastic. And we'll see you guys on. I don't know how well organized the other shows are. So either Wednesday there'll be the Rainbow Show, but if not, it'll be the Blue podcast on Thursday. Or I can't be asked to do a live stream. Cheers, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.